From Queens to King, the ascendancy of 50 Cent won. The name alone commands attention, but behind it lies a saga of sheer tenacity, unbreakable resolve, and an unyielding will to triumph. Born Curtis James Jackson III on July 6, 1975, in the gritty South Jamaica enclave of Queens, New York, 50 Cent's early life was anything but easy. Raised by a single mother, Sabrina, who was a narcotics dealer, Curtis was exposed to the harsh realities of street life from a tender age. From the unforgiving streets of South Jamaica, Queens, he rose to become a global icon. His mother was murdered when he was just 8 years old, leaving him to be raised by his grandparents. The streets became his classroom, and he quickly learned the rules of survival. By the age of 12, he was hustling drugs, following in his mother's footsteps. But Curtis had bigger dreams. He wanted to break free from the cycle of poverty and violence that surrounded him. His story is one of resilience, ambition, and a knack for turning adversity into advantage. In the mid-1990s, he started rapping in a friend's basement, using turntables to record over instrumentals. His talent was undeniable, and it wasn't long before he caught the eye of Jam Master Jay of Run DMC, who signed him to his label. Under Jay's guidance, 50 Cent honed his craft, mastering the art of songwriting and recording. 50 Cent didn't just enter the music industry, he shook it to its core. His debut album, Get Rich or Die Tryin', released in 2003, was a commercial and critical smash, selling over 872,000 copies in its first week. The album's lead single, In Day Club, became an anthem, catapulting 50 Cent to international stardom. But his meteoric rise wasn't without its challenges. In 2000, he was shot 9 times in front of his grandmother's house. Miraculously, he survived, and the incident only fueled his determination to succeed. He defied conventions and redefined what it meant to be a rapper in the 21st century. His music was raw, unapologetic, and a reflection of his life experiences. He wasn't just a rapper. He was a storyteller, painting vivid pictures of the struggles and triumphs of street life. His authenticity struck a chord with fans, and he quickly became one of the most influential figures in hip-hop. He wasn't afraid to be different, to be loud, to be controversial. In fact, he thrived on it. His public feuds with other artists, including Ja Rule and The Game, kept him in the headlines and solidified his reputation as a fearless and formidable force in the industry. But 50 Cent was more than just a provocateur. He was a visionary, always seeking new avenues to expand his brand and influence. Indeed, he thrived on it. His ability to turn controversy into opportunity set him apart from his peers. He understood the power of media and wielded it to his advantage, keeping his name in the public eye and his music at the top of the charts. But his ambitions went beyond music. 50 Cent had his sights set on something bigger. From his gritty lyrics to his public feuds, 50 Cent understood the power of controversy. He knew how to keep people talking, how to stay relevant in a game that chews up and spits out artists regularly. His business acumen was as sharp as his lyrical skills, and he began to diversify his portfolio, investing in various ventures and building his empire. He knew how to keep people talking, how to stay relevant in a game that chews up and spits out artists regularly. But 50 Cent's story is more than just music. It's about business, about building an empire from the ground up. He leveraged his musical success into a myriad of ventures, from clothing lines to video games to his own flavor of vitamin water. But 50 Cent's story is more than just music. It's about business, about building an empire from the ground up. He understood the importance of diversifying his income streams and used his fame as a platform to launch various business ventures. His investment in vitamin water, which reportedly earned him $100 million when the company was sold to Coca-Cola, is just one example of his business genius. It's about business, about building an empire from the ground up. He leveraged his musical success into a myriad of ventures, from clothing lines to video games to his own flavor of vitamin water. His G-Unit clothing line became a popular brand, and he even ventured into acting, starring in films like Get Rich or Die Tryin' and Righteous Kill. 50 Cent proved that he was not just a rapper, but a multifaceted entrepreneur. He leveraged his musical success into a myriad of ventures, from clothing lines to video games to his own flavor of vitamin water. His business ventures extended beyond traditional entertainment. as he also launched his own line of headphones, SMS Audio, and a boxing promotion company, SMS Promotions. 50 Cent's ability to spot and seize new opportunities has been a key factor in his lasting success. 50 Cent became a brand, a symbol of hustle and entrepreneurial spirit. His journey from the streets of South Jamaica to the pinnacle of global fame is a testament to his relentless drive and ambition. He has inspired countless individuals to chase their dreams, no matter the obstacles they may face. 50 Cent's story is a powerful reminder that with hard work, determination, and a willingness to take risks, anything is possible. This is the saga of how Curtis Jackson transformed into 50 Cent. It's a tale of survival, ambition, and the power of controversy in a world obsessed with fame. From his early days as a drug dealer to his rise as a hip-hop mogul, 50 Cent has always been a master of reinvention. He has faced numerous challenges and setbacks, but each time he has emerged stronger and more determined than ever. It's a tale of survival, ambition, and the power of controversy in a world obsessed with fame. 50 Cent's ability to navigate the complexities of the music industry while also building a successful business empire is a testament to his intelligence and resilience. He has shown that it is possible to rise above one's circumstances and achieve greatness, no matter where you come from. This is the saga of a king who rose from the streets of Queens to become a global icon. A king who used his talent, intelligence, and business acumen to build an empire. A king who continues to inspire and influence the world with his music, his business ventures, and his indomitable spirit. This is the saga of 50 Cent. Street life and early rhymes. Music as an escape. Music has always been a powerful force, a universal language that transcends boundaries and speaks to the soul. For many, it serves as a refuge, a way to cope with the harsh realities of life. This is especially true in the gritty urban landscapes where dreams are often overshadowed by the struggle for survival. South Jamaica, Queens, isn't known for its gentle touch. It's a place where the streets are tough and the people are tougher. The neighborhood is a mosaic of resilience and hardship, where every corner tells a story of struggle and survival. Life there is raw, unforgiving, and often dangerous. The streets are lined with the echoes of dreams deferred and the harsh realities of daily life. It's a place where hope is a rare commodity, and every day is a battle to stay afloat. This is the environment that forged Curtis Jackson. Born into a world where the odds were stacked against him, he had to navigate a landscape fraught with peril and uncertainty. The streets of South Jamaica were his playground and his battleground, shaping him into the person he would become. Growing up without a father and losing his mother at a young age, he faced hardship early on. These early losses left a void that the streets quickly filled. Curtis had to grow up fast, learning to fend for himself in a world that showed little mercy. The streets became his classroom, teaching him lessons of survival and resilience. Every interaction, every challenge, was a test of his mettle. He learned to read people, to understand the unspoken rules that governed his world. It was a harsh education, but one that would serve him well in the years to come. By 12 years old, he was caught up in the drug game, another young face in a harsh system. The allure of quick money and the need to survive drew him into a world that was as dangerous as it was seductive. It was a path that many young men in his neighborhood found themselves on, a path that often led to prison or worse. But amidst the chaos, a young Curtis found solace in music. It was his escape, a way to drown out the noise of the streets and find a moment of peace. With a pair of headphones and a boombox, he could transport himself to a different world, one where the possibilities seemed endless. He gravitated towards hip-hop, drawn to its raw energy and storytelling. The beats and rhymes spoke to him in a way that nothing else could. He saw himself in the stories of struggle and triumph, in the tales of street life and survival. Hip-hop was more than just music. It was a lifeline. In the rhymes of Run DMC, LL Cool J, and KRS-One, he found a voice, a way to express the realities he saw around him. These artists were his heroes, their words a source of inspiration and strength. They showed him that it was possible to rise above the circumstances of his birth, to carve out a different path. He started rapping, writing his own verses, and dreaming of a different life. With every line he penned, he poured out his heart and soul, capturing the essence of his experiences. It was a form of therapy, a way to process the pain and find a sense of purpose. Music became his escape, a way to channel his experiences into something positive. It was a beacon of hope in a world that often seemed devoid of it. Through music, he found a way to transform his struggles into art, to turn his pain into something beautiful. He spent hours honing his craft, studying the greats, and developing his own unique flow. It was a labor of love, a relentless pursuit of excellence. He knew that if he wanted to make it, he had to be the best, to stand out in a crowded field. And so he worked tirelessly, perfecting his skills and finding his voice. His lyrics reflected the streets he knew, the struggles he faced, and the hunger he had for something more. They were a testament to his journey, a chronicle of his life. Through his words, he painted a vivid picture of his world, capturing the raw emotion and unfiltered reality of his experiences. Little did he know that his passion for music would one day change his life forever. It was a dream that seemed distant, almost unattainable, but one that he held on to with unwavering determination. He believed in the power of his music, in its ability to transcend his circumstances and open doors to a brighter future. He adopted the name 50 Cent, a moniker inspired by a notorious Brooklyn robber. It was a name that carried weight, a symbol of his own struggle and resilience. Like the robber, he was determined to take what he needed from life, to carve out his own destiny. The name was a reflection of his own experiences, his own hustle to survive. It was a badge of honor, a testament to his journey. He wore it with pride, knowing that it represented everything he had been through and everything he hoped to achieve. It was a symbol of his determination to make something of himself, to take what he could from the world. He was no longer just Curtis Jackson. He was 50 Cent, a force to be reckoned with. And with that name, he set out to conquer the world, one rhyme at a time. And as 50 Cent, he would soon show the world just how far his hunger and talent could take him. His journey was far from over, but he had already come so far. From the streets of South Jamaica to the stages of the world, his story was a testament to the power of music and the resilience of the human spirit. Marked for death, reborn through music, the 2000 shooting, the year 2000, a pivotal moment in 50 Cent's life. He was shot 9 times in a near-fatal attack, an event that would forever shape his destiny. The bullets tore through his body, a brutal reminder of the dangers lurking in the shadows. Left for dead, his dreams seemingly shattered. But 50 Cent is a warrior. He clawed his way back from the brink, enduring a grueling recovery process. The experience left him with physical and emotional scars, but also an unbreakable determination. The streets had tried to silence him, but they only made him stronger. The shooting became a turning point, fueling his music with a raw intensity and authenticity that resonated deeply with listeners. He poured his pain and anger into his music, his lyrics taking on a new level of urgency and grit. The near-death experience gave him a unique perspective, a story to tell that few could match. He rapped about the streets, about survival, about the ever-present threat of violence. His music was raw, honest, and unapologetic, reflecting the harsh realities he had witnessed firsthand. The shooting hadn't broken him, it had forged him. It had given him a voice, a purpose. Section 4. Feuds and the Fuel for Fire. Ja Rule, The Game and the Art of War. Controversy and 50 Cent. In the world of hip-hop, few names are as synonymous with controversy as 50 Cent. His career has been marked by a series of high-profile feuds that have not only defined his public persona, but also shaped the landscape of the genre itself. These feuds were not mere disagreements, they were full-blown wars that played out in the public eye, each one adding another layer to the complex tapestry of his career. Two sides of the same coin. On one side, you have the artist, the performer who captivates audiences with his music and stage presence. On the other, you have the strategist, the tactician who understands the power of controversy and uses it to his advantage. This duality is what makes 50 Cent such a compelling figure in the world of hip-hop. He seemed to effortlessly attract it, and he never shied away from a fight. Whether it was through his music, his interviews, or his social media presence, 50 Cent knew how to keep the spotlight on himself. He understood that in the world of entertainment, staying relevant is half the battle, and he was a master at it. His feuds, particularly with Ja Rule in the Game, became the stuff of hip-hop legend. These weren't just petty squabbles. They were epic battles that captivated fans and kept the media buzzing. Each diss track, each public confrontation, added fuel to the fire, making the feuds even more intense and compelling. They were bitter, public battles, fueled by diss tracks, interviews, and even the occasional street brawl. These confrontations were not just about personal animosity. They were about dominance, about proving who was the top dog in the hip-hop world. And for 50 Cent, these battles were a way to assert his dominance and keep his name in the headlines. These feuds weren't just about personal animosity. They were strategic moves in the game of hip-hop. 50 Cent understood that controversy sells, and he used these feuds to his advantage. Each public spat, each diss track, was a calculated move designed to keep him in the public eye and generate buzz around his music. 50 Cent understood that controversy sells. He knew that in the world of hip-hop, staying relevant often means staying controversial, and he was a master at using controversy to his advantage. Whether it was through his music, his interviews, or his social media presence, 50 Cent knew how to keep the spotlight on himself. He knew how to use these conflicts to keep his name in the headlines, to generate buzz around his music. Each feud, each public spat, was a way to keep his name in the public eye and ensure that people were always talking about him. And in the world of hip-hop, that's half the battle. He was a master of marketing, and he used his rivals as pawns in his own game of chess. Each feud, each public confrontation was a calculated move designed to keep him in the public eye and generate buzz around his music. And it worked. Each feud, each public spat, kept his name in the headlines and ensured that people were always talking about him. The Ja Rule beef in particular became a cultural phenomenon. It wasn't just a feud between two artists. It was a battle that captivated the entire hip-hop community. Fans took sides, debates raged on social media, and the media couldn't get enough of it. It was a feud that defined an era in hip-hop. Their diss tracks, Wanksta and Loose Change, dominated the airwaves and fueled countless debates among hip-hop fans. These tracks weren't just songs, they were weapons in a war of words, each one designed to hit the other where it hurt the most. And fans couldn't get enough of it. Each new track, each new diss was eagerly anticipated and dissected by fans and critics alike. The feud cemented 50 Cent's status as a force to be reckoned with. A rapper who wasn't afraid to speak his mind and take on anyone who stood in his way. It showed that he was willing to go to war to defend his reputation and assert his dominance in the hip-hop world. And it worked. The feud not only kept his name in the headlines, but also helped to solidify his status as one of the top rappers in the game. These feuds, while controversial, played a significant role in 50 Cent's rise to fame. They kept him in the public eye, generated headlines, and fueled the sales of his music. Each feud, each public spat, was a way to keep his name in the public eye and ensure that people were always talking about him. And in the world of hip-hop, that's half the battle. They kept him in the public eye, generated headlines, and fueled the sales of his music. Each feud, each public spat, was a way to keep his name in the public eye and ensure that people were always talking about him. And in the world of hip-hop, that's half the battle. But it wasn't just about the headlines, it was also about the music. Each feud, each public spat helped to fuel the sales of his music and keep him at the top of the chart. He understood that in the world of hip-hop, sometimes the best way to stay on top is to be the loudest voice in the room. And he was a master at it. Whether it was through his music, his interviews, or his social media presence, 50 Cent knew how to keep the spotlight on himself. He understood that in the world of hip-hop, staying relevant often means staying controversial. And he was a master at using controversy to his advantage. Whether it was through his music, his interviews, or his social media presence, 50 Cent knew how to keep the spotlight on himself. And in the world of hip-hop, that's half the battle. Section 5. Get Rich or Die Tryin', a Controversial Masterpiece, 2003. The year 50 Cent took the world by storm with his debut album. The album was an instant classic, a gritty and unapologetic reflection of street life that resonated with millions. It debuted at #1 on the Billboard charts, selling over 872,000 copies in its first week alone. The album's success was fueled by a combination of factors: 50 Cent's raw talent, his compelling backstory, and of course the controversy that surrounded him. The album's title itself was a statement, a reflection of the harsh realities he had faced and the hunger he had for success. Tracks like In Day Club, Pimp, and 21 Questions became anthems, blasting from car stereos and club speakers across the globe. The album's production, handled by the likes of Dr. Dre and Eminem, was top-notch, providing the perfect backdrop for 50 Cent's gritty delivery and captivating flow. It wasn't just an album, it was a cultural phenomenon. It cemented 50 Cent's place as a hip-hop heavyweight, a rapper who had overcome incredible odds to achieve mainstream success. And he did it all on his own terms, never shying away from the controversy that had become his trademark. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel for more content on your favorite artists. Vibe with us at VerseAndVibesTV.store for exclusive drip and trendy gear to cop. Okay, fam? Bet. Stay tuned for more deep dives into the lives and careers of the biggest names in music.